Welcome back to Gold Seek TV. I'm here at the VRIC conference in Vancouver, seeking gold and silver opportunities. And I have a really exciting one here in Bolivia, a new silver company, which is looking for a tier 1 silver deposit. I have the director, CEO, and founder of BP Silver Corporation, Tim Shearcroft. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to be speaking with you. We have an exciting silver environment, but we're also going to be talking about Bolivia, which is very exciting in the potential to discover very large silver deposits. So if you could tell us a little bit more about, the potential that exists in a place like Bolivia in finding one of these tier 1 silver projects, and what is a tier 1 silver project look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're located in a fantastic area of Bolivia. Firstly, I mean, the area is very underexplored. Mining has been out of favor in Bolivia for the past, 20 years, although over the past few years, there's been a number of successful companies that have been operating there. That's why I chose to get into Bolivia at an early point. But the project itself is on a major belt with a lot of significant discoveries. We're only 10 kilometers north of Pulacayo, which is a lithocap in its geological setting, and it has hosted over 600 million ounces of silver. We're also close to Cerro Rico, which is another lithocap, and that was over 1 billion ounces of silver, and probably that much still in the ground. And just for your viewers, what is a lithocap? It's a hard altered piece of rock that forms when hot fluids, acidic fluids, rise from deep under the surface and come into contact. And oftentimes when they come into contact, Peter, they'll leave valuable minerals. But in most cases, they leave pathfinder minerals that lead to deeper deposits. And there's lots of examples of lithocaps where very substantial deposits, tier 1 type deposits, have been found underneath these lithocaps. In the case of our lithocap, it is mineralized at surface, and the plan with this phase 1 drilling program was to see if we could intercept some mineralization near surface in some of the structures that are outcropping along the property. And that would be a huge success if we can actually drill into some of this mineralization at surface. There is still lots of work that needs to be done, geophysics, property-wide sampling, but the system itself is amazing. It's already 2.5 kilometers long in strike, multiple targets, so very big system, and we're just really at the very beginning stages of it right now.
So there's indications that this could be mineralized, that this could be a big system. So you have your first drilling campaign ever on this project.
Yeah.
Yes,
we drilled. Our phase 1 drill program was 11 holes, 906 meters. The deepest hole was 105, 107 meters. So it's just really testing some of these structures to see what kind of minerals are found at depth. Because I mean, these on surface, you'll take samples, but they've been weathered. They've been there for millions of years. So you do want to get into fresh rock and see what's there, and that can start to give you some ideas on where we need to go. But I think absolutely a next step would be doing some geophysics, because there's areas that I outlined on previous interviews and presentations that there is some of these structures go undercover, and the only way you can really understand them more is with the use of geophysics. So we're looking forward to getting these first pass results, and then following up with geophysics and phase 2 drilling.
So really a potential here to make a major silver discovery. Obviously, it's not a foregone conclusion, but there's indications might happen. So we'll get some, I guess, first initial results here pretty soon and see if this is the case.
Yeah. I hope the assays would have come in a couple of weeks ago, but the assay labs are very overwhelmed. But I think we can have results, in the next week or 2 max, and then once we have them, we'll be sharing them with our shareholders.
Well, I'm a shareholder myself. I've been adding to my position, and the more I hear about the story, the more excited actually I become about it. Obviously, it's speculative, it's exploration. There's risks, good risk involved with it. Also, nice reward potential. But what also attracted me to as an investor was you've got some pretty strategic individuals involved as well. You have a strategic investor, Arturo, from the CEO of Santa Cruz Silver,
Yeah.
who's operating in Bolivia very successfully. They have multiple mines operating in Bolivia. You have the former, I think, the COO of New Pacific, which has some big silver projects
Yeah,
and gold
yeah,
projects in
yeah, yeah,
Bolivia. So,
yeah. Let me talk a little bit about that for a minute. Yeah, Arturo came on and as an advisor. He vetted the project. He's a major shareholder in the company. Um, Being CEO and executive chairman of Santa Cruz, who's operating 3 mines in Bolivia right now, that's a tremendous, a check mark for our company. And also it's strategic as well. One of the mines that they operate is the Shearcroft mine, and that's along the paved highway less than 100 kilometers from our flagship Cosuño project. Um, we have 4 geologists that are part of the team, so the team is very strong. I'll highlight Mark Cruz. Mark Cruz was CEO of New Pacific. They operate in Bolivia. They made 2 discoveries in the area, both of them over 200 million ounces of silver. So, the area is definitely ripe for discovery, and we have a very strong team. My co-founder, Gonzalo Lemus, is a Bolivian national, exceptional geologist, and great team, and great teams can really help make discoveries happen. But it's also that strong team that can lead to additional acquisitions, and just ease of operating. We have good contacts, good network there, and that really helps the investment profile.
so Bolivia does have quite a few opportunities at the moment. It seems to be getting even more attention now with the political change last year. Can you give us a
Absolutely.
little bit of insight at what's happening
Yeah,
there?
yeah. The government's changed over in November to a more center right government. The optics of that are very good, um, but in the big picture, it's going to take some time for changes to happen in government. And I've always told shareholders, you know, regardless of if the government's from the left or from the right, I'm willing to work with them, and we've proven that in Bolivia. We've been in there for a couple of years, and we've been able to acquire these projects, get access agreements, get our project permitted, and that was under the old administration. But certainly, I'm optimistic with this new government that things will ease, and you know, getting new opportunities, getting our second project fully titled. That would be something that we could look forward to in 2026.
Okay. Well, my last question was going to be outside the Casino project, you have another project, so that is kind of just you're working on getting it titled and
Yeah, yeah. Titiri is a portion of it. We have an exploration license on, which is very similar to what a lot of companies in Bolivia have. And then the other portion of it, which is adjacent, is pending title. Um, yeah, and hope we can get that through this year. But Titiri is an example of a very high quality project and the types of opportunities that were there. We petitioned it, so it was no cost to the company, and I liked it because it had over 400 samples grading over 100 grams per ton silver, plus lead, plus zinc. Our check samples were over 200 grams per ton silver. So it's a fantastic opportunity. It's district scale. It's over 5,000 hectares with, good communities that are supportive of mining.
And to kind of wrap things up here, I wanted to just ask about your background. You've spent a lot of time in South America. Give us a
Yeah.
little bit more about your background and experience.
Yeah, well, I spent 2 months down in Bolivia, helping oversee this drilling program, so that was very extensive. But my background as a business person, I have 20+ years of diverse business experience. I've been in mineral exploration since 2012, and how I found a love for the business and how I got into it was that my family was in the contract drilling business, many years ago. So I grew up around that, and I just always had a love for all things mining.
Oh, excellent. Well, Tim, thank you very much. We're looking forward to following up on see how these results come out and seeing how this project develops because it's quite an interesting and exciting one, especially in this silver market. So
Well,
thank you for your time,
yeah,
Tim.
well, thanks for having me, and thanks for being a shareholder.
Likewise. Thank you.